Okay, let's just start with it. The overthrow of Bashar al-Assad in Syria. What does this mean for national security? Now, as you can see behind me, the Russian bar, that's bar because I'm from Boston. That's a bar in Cartagena, Colombia. So, what does this mean to the United States, Russia, everywhere, Iran, the Yemens, right? Because there's evidence that they were with the Iranians, which then supported the Houthis in Yemen. But also, what about the non state actors? What does this mean, for example, the Alawites? Within Syria, they have their own national security concerns. Now, remember, this group, which, if you take my U.S. foreign policy class, I have a tough time pronouncing this, the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS for short, which used to be al-Nusra Front, which was a terrorist group from the United States, according to the United States. Sorry, not from the United States. So it changes its name, and now we're different. But the United States doesn't care because it wants an ally in the region. So this is about alliance politics. So no one really cares what these people are going to do. We never cared about human rights, neither did Russia, China, etc. But we're looking for alliances in this new multipolar world. So what we have to understand is that Russia still, because it has bases there, wants them as an alliance and is seeking their friendship. Iran probably wants to seek their friendship, my hunch is, because it doesn't want any more enemies. United States wants to balance Russia in the region, so it's going for them. But also, what about the non-state actor, the Alawites? The Alawites have been a minority exploited within Syria. Not, I mean, most minorities are exploited within the Middle East and elsewhere, including the United States. But now they're scared to death that they're going to come out with Alawite revenge, just like in the overthrow of Saddam Hussein we had Sunni revenge, and a lot of those Sunnis from Saddam Hussein joined ISIS because they didn't know what else to do. They had a bunch of guns and didn't know what to do with them. The Alawites, many people are just regular people, and they're scared that they're going to be attacked. So you have a lot of national security interests here. You have themes, basis, human rights, etc. But then you have alliance building. Russia wants to keep a good relation with these people. Whether they allow it or not is going to be a different story. The Trump administration says the Middle East is not our concern, but yet it will try, without a doubt, to make relations with this group. And now I think the group is going to have carte blanche, that is a blank check, to do anything it wants because it knows that it runs Syria. This HTS. Now we don't know what's going to happen in Syria, and that is one of the reasons why historically I think Bashar al-Assad has stayed in power, for those years because people were nervous of what comes next, like in Libya. After the overthrow of Gaddafi, it was a disaster. We don't even have an embassy in Libya. So this is important for national security for just a broad spectrum of reasons. And what we have to understand, alliance building, everyone wants to be their friend, which does give them a blank check to do a lot of human rights abuses. Two, if they can get aid from the United States or Russia, etc., China, then they'll be able to solidify power, this HTS group that overthrew Bashar al-Assad. And moreover, you have to think of the Alawites own, that is the community that Bashar al-Assad belonged to, the religious ethnic community. What's going to happen to those people? So it's like when we do national security opposed to like U.S. foreign policy, from U.S. foreign policy, we'll see it from a U.S. foreign policy perspective. But in national security, we have to consider all the national security concerns like Russian bases, Iran, etc., and even Israel, because it likes the Golan Heights. It was bombing. Now it wants to kind of take over that land even more so. So this is going to be an interesting thing to focus on, and it's something to talk about. And any of those things I just talked about, the themes, the issues, etc., can pop up on an exam or a cocktail party. So beware of everything. So these are things we have to understand in national security, not just U.S. foreign policy, but national security issues, is that all the area of the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, etc., are in for a surprise because no one really knows what this group is going to do. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Take care, everyone.